Hey guys, and welcome to another Factorio Reddit Weekly, and we are back here looking at the top posts in the last week. There's some pretty interesting ones this week, so we'll start here at the very top. Being a very casual Factorio player, I always save and come back having no idea what I had to do before. I guess I found out how to remember. And they pretty much wrote the tasks they needed to do in walls, and this is actually a really good idea. It's they meant it a little bit as a joke, I think, but if you do have problems like remembering what you need to do, I have this problem as well sometimes, then this can be a good thing, because then when you go to load the save, you can just, it just triggers that memory, right? You can just look and be like, oh, right, I need to do such and such. If you just, just write it and then save like right there. After having kids, I literally have just enough time to start Steam, wait for it to finish updating, then wait for Factorio to update and load my last game, and having no idea what I was doing, decided to start all over again. I usually have to quit around when I figure out how the boilers work. Oh man, pretty much just an endless cycle of that. That's unfortunate. I was told you guys would like this screenshot. This is actually really cool. Really fascinating to look at this one. They have a pretty crazy junction here. I've actually never seen anything quite like this. It's like a four-way junction, but they have these really interesting, okay, that's a little more zoomed in than I would have liked. They have these really interesting, crossings that, go back the other way that I haven't quite seen done like this before. It seems like this could potentially cause issues, although by the looks of it, it seems to mostly be signaled properly. It's just, really a lot of tracks going back and forth. It's pretty crazy. And then, of course, they have their... these diagonal stackers are kind of rare, it seems, but they're certainly pretty interesting and certainly work as well. And then, of course, unloading into all of the smelters. Yeah, this is actually... this would almost make, a decent, background wallpaper or something. I just realized a portable fusion reactor is modeled of the fusion reactor from the DeLorean in Back to the Future. And it pretty much is. Yeah. Now, I think Kovrex posted. Great Scott, this is heavy. Back to the Future, man. I love it. I think one of the devs mentioned something too. Also, a really cool thing, this links. If you didn't know, this is what the car used to look like a really long time ago in Factorio. I don't remember, this is version 1 or 2 or something. This is what Factorio used to look like. Oh my goodness. I love it. I love this car. Oh, it's so out of place, but hilarious. I'm trying to find this post. So here's Kovrex. Just for clarification, Back to the Future wasn't the first one using it. Just notice this in Alien. Just noticed this in Alien. Mr. Fusion from Back to the Future. Okay, so maybe Alien was the first one to use it. Okay, yeah. Now it looks pretty much just like a juicer. Is what it looks like to me. But yeah, so that's pretty interesting. I guess it's just kind of like a standardish model imaginary thing. I accidentally made a smiley face out of solar panels and accumulators, and now my favorite thing about my base. Oh my goodness. This is actually really creepy. I can't really imagine opening my map to this every time, but that's really funny if it was actually completely by accident. I like how they just have the solar panels just all around the rails and stuff. I think that's a really cool way to build. I unload trucks for Walmart. I realize I am an inserter. Yes, pretty much. I do want to look at the comments. There may be some interesting comments here. At least you can filter. Yes. They are a filter inserter at least. Stack filter though? OP. How many nuclear reactors can you carry at once? 3 on a good day. Just asking their back. Oh my goodness. Smart inserter with unlimited reach. Where can I research this technology? Yes, please. Take up smoking and you'd be a burner inserter. Don't sell yourself short. You're a logistics, but yeah, really more like a logistics bot. Is kind of what this is comparable to. I made a new Factorio, a logo for Factorio. It's spaghetti. It's oh my goodness, this is hilarious. It's spaghetti, and then the logo is buttered and like herbed pasta. It's so perfect. Uh-oh, SpaghettiO. Dude, SpaghettiOs. Do you remember SpaghettiOs, guys? I used to have those all the time when I was a kid. And I forget about them until I'm reminded. And then I remember, like, how good they were as a kid. Oh my goodness. I want to see a Factorio cereal, little gears with marshmallow turds and biters. Oh, that would be so cool. Wouldn't it? Like, yeah. Just like one of those cereals, like Lucky Charms or something, but it has, instead it's just like little gears and like, yeah, like marshmallow turds and biters and stuff. That would be so crazy. Biters weakness. Turds are ready. Here's the new logo. There you go. There we go. It's like embedded in it. When you're bored at family dinner, I love it. It's like one of those papers like on the table with crayons and they're like drawing. I take it this is maybe cable and then this is circuits. Oh man, I have drawn diagrams before. It's actually quite fun. My buddy went for a 20 million coal patch after... Oh, this gave me a really good laugh. So, after 1 hour of playing because he was paranoid our coal would run out and we would be doomed. So, their base is way over here and he's dragging a belt. I think this is actually connected. When you zoom out far enough, parts of the belt disconnect, I believe. It goes here, all the way through here, over here. Maybe it doesn't connect or goes up above or something. Through here, down here, and then way over here. Oh my goodness. And that's a belt, guys. That's not a train. That's a belt. The thing is, though, they don't have any other coal. Like, look at this. There's just no other coal here. So, I mean, I don't really blame them. I mean, that's pretty much generation for you. Although this looks modded. I think this is like Bob's or something. Yeah. Oh my god, that's hilarious. I don't know. I can't imagine how many, like, thousands of belts that is. Revenue, Oriental Adventure Public Multiplayer. Oh my goodness. So literally the whole map, aside from the starting area and seemingly where the resources generate is just, or where oil generates is just ore. This is crazy, dude. Based off the dangerous Aureus mod by Mylan, cannot build on the ore until it is excavated with the exception of belts, power poles, and miners. Wow, so you pretty much have to mine out all of this before you can build anything on it, aside from what they mentioned. And of course, it's like all mixed, so you'd have to filter this out. That's actually ridiculous. That would give me that would drive me insane. Reason the engineer wears a gas mask. Imagine the wall of dead biters on a sunny day. Yeah, like between the biter corpses and the ridiculous pollution, no wonder the engineer has a gas mask. I mean, can you imagine, like, I mean, your pollution gets so heavy sometimes. I mean, it's probably like 5 times the pollution that's in like China or something. And then mix in like all these dead corpses, just like corpses around rotting and stuff. I mean, really, more so than even being able to breathe, once your pollution gets bad enough, like in a Megabase, I always question how the dude can even see in front of him. Like, if the pollution were that bad, you wouldn't even be able to see in front of you. But the products of alien decomposition smell bad. Terrestrial running things only smell bad because our evolution has trained us to think that running aliens might smell like strawberries. That's an interesting thought. I mean, I don't know if that... I mean, I guess it depends. Yeah, I mean, the smell could change, I guess, depending on, like, what the biters are made up of and such. Actually, it's a shame that such an amount of biomass goes to waste. We should be able to collect dead bodies, biters, dry them, and use as fuel. Production chain could look as follows. Collection by construction bots, drying, grinding... That would actually be really cool if you could collect biter bodies and use them for fuel or something. But yeah, that's actually an interesting idea. My first factory so far, please don't kill me. And that's not bad. That's better than my first factory. It's a lot better than my first factory. Gotta love the unintentional spaghetti. It's so perfect. That's awesome. What are you thinking about? Wow. That's pretty awesome looking. I feel like I'm missing something here. What are you thinking about? Oh, what are you thinking about it? That is kind of a weird way to ask. This is really cool. Corex process, it looks like, along with the processing. These like belt things in the middle are really interesting. How many reactors you can feed with that? Oh, he uses it just for fuel? So many trains. Holy crap, that is so much nuclear fuel, guys. The thought of that many trains using that many nuclear fuels gives me shivers. Compact universal mall for building low volume items in the game. Hey, that's pretty good. Looks like some smart controls on here too. You can see the wires. It's kind of like a mini version of Mojo's Make Everything. You know, obviously it's lower tech and stuff. You know, low volume, but this is pretty nice. Definitely a decent, and it really does seem to make everything. Now that I'm looking at it, I mean, sometimes you never know what you need. When you don't include it, you end up needing it. Second iteration of my all-inclusive 480 megawatt nuclear plant. Aside from the wires of these power poles are driving me nuts, but aside from that, this is really cool. It includes like everything. It has the power. It has the you know, uranium cannon shells and ammo. It got nukes, and then the processing itself. That's actually really cool. I call it spaghetti hell. Oh lord. Oh jeez. This looks like part of one of these bases or something. So many underground. Look at all these undergrounds like going through here. Wow. This is kind of nuts, man. And they beacon everything too, which is really interesting. It looks like in most cases they actually managed to do close to 8 beacons or so, which is really impressive. When you run out of walls. Pipes. This is actually a good tip, guys. If you're out of walls or don't have them researched yet, pipes can actually make really good walls. They're not as durable, but biters can't pass through them, and they're cheap. They actually make pretty good walls. I mean, obviously, you wouldn't, if you have walls, you would want to use walls, but in a pinch, they work quite well. This CPU looks just like Factorio. Oh my goodness. Holy crap, it does, dude. Oh my goodness. Totally, like we got like a main bus here, and then we have like, you know, factories, we got some crossovers, exporting. That is pretty nuts. That is really cool. I mean, they're you know, Factorio, looking at factories, a lot of factories does look like a CPU. Space lacks green circuits. It is a green circuit. Yes, pretty much. It basically is a circuit. Blueprintable trains. Ooh. Is this a mod? No way. Holy crap. That is so awesome. I want this. If this is a mod, I'm spotlighting this. Yep. Okay. This week's mod spotlight. Wait for it. I'm saving that. This is just awesome beyond recognition. Oh man, V, one of the devs. I tried an earlier version and it crashed for me, but I'll definitely try it Again, thank you very much for all your efforts. Spectacular, and I'm always impressed by what you can come up with. Yeah. Dave makes some really cool mods, some really great mods. Yes. Spotlighting this 100%. When you're bored and waiting for something to research early games, so you make a long coal line. Wow. Wow. It's a lot of coal, man. I thought I would share my rotationally symmetrical 6,000 science pack per minute factory. That's the mod. Why do you keep doing that game? Holy hell. No way, man. 6,000 science pack a minute. Okay, this is insanely This is insanely ridiculous. Oh my god, dude. It's all belt based. I can't imagine what UPS are getting on this. Can't be good. But wow. Can you imagine the work it took to do this? Unless they use some sort of like automated like blueprint thing. Are they using this is nuclear, isn't it? Oh yeah, the UPS on this has to be pretty horrible, but nonetheless, this is absolutely amazing. Holy hell. I am thoroughly impressed. Like, and the silos, these are the silos, right? Yeah, so we have 2, 4, 6, 8, and that's, you may be thinking, well, that's more than 6,000, but you obviously need more than 6 because a rocket doesn't quite launch once a minute. So you can just have some like not work all the time or something. That's kind of what I did on my sending sports to space thing. I had 6 silos even though I was only launching 4 rockets a minute. Wow. You can download the save too. Oh hey, and it's on GM8. This I don't know why this didn't get more upvotes. This is ridiculous. I just fired up the save with creative mode, and without the nuclear and an energy source from creative mode, it jumped up to 2425. So without that, it was probably, I would imagine, around like 10 or 15 UPS. The real concept was to make the belt and train base factory where the main bus was a big loop into a factory of concentric rings. The raw materials come in from the outside and go in. 42 gigawatts of power. I tried everything as symmetrical as possible, but it's truly symmetric through 180-degree rotation, because the rock silos can't be placed sideways, of course. The main goal of this was to make something I thought looked cool with little regard for computational efficiency, so it runs at 20 UPS when producing 60,000 science per minute. 66. Sorry, not 60. That's still insanely impressive. Power lines and without. No way. Are these power lines seriously all OCD friendly? Can you imagine the time it took to do this? I don't know how many hours are on this save. Because, wow. Bots don't place power lines nicely, so they literally would have had to manually do this. This is beyond impressive. Okay, well here we go, about the power lines. What I would do is have the bots build them and then go in and manually fix the ones where the bots messed up. For the most part, the bots got close, but sometimes fixing it was a giant pain is worth it because having messy power lines is unacceptable. Wow. Oh, there's a mod, apparently, too. That is so impressive, guys. Holy crap. I found my breakfast on the map. It's like a fried egg. I love it. Sunny side up. Making it rain science. Oh man, that's awesome. Tileable 100 science pack per minute. Robot base 016. Now on Factorio prints. Okay, so you could just tile this over and over again. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I launched my first ever rocket. Congrats. 1,020 trees. Wow, they hardly killed. This must be on peaceful? Or is this on like the campaign or something? There's no biters killed. That's interesting. And where? I thought, did I bypass it? Maybe it wasn't. There was one thing I wanted to show off. Video Game Geek. There's a clip of him driving a train. It reminds me of me. It's fantastic, but I can't seem to find it now. Here we go. Okay, so I didn't quite get. So this is a clip of Video Game Geek driving a train on his factory, and this is like totally me, or me and Will.
Oh!
Wait for it.
Oh God, no!
And then a Pac-Man's him.
Oh! Shit!
Oh my god, dude.
Oh my god, that train is gone.
I think that's a perfect ending for the video, guys. I love it. Anyway, that's gonna do it. Some really interesting stuff. I'm so fascinated by that factory. I need to look more at it. There you go. As always, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Leave your thoughts below, and until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.